This is the all-new 2025 Lincoln Navigator, and we're here for sharing with you all the improvements that the teams worked on hard to make. Few things that I'd like to highlight. First of all, Lincoln's always been known for its quiet interiors and a very plush ride. That's exactly what we deliver with the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Teams spent a lot of time making the vehicle quiet so that the first row to third row communication is just seamless. You don't need to raise your voice. When you're driving down the road, you feel the hush. We also have really improved the ride and plushness over bumps and all the cracks on the road. We've actually redesigned our suspension attachments. All of our spring as well as our shock codes have been just redone from scratch. And we've also stiffened the frame to get better isolation. So overall, you just get a much more smooth and refined ride.
And it's a continuously damping system, so it's going to be adjusting over time. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So we've got multiple sensors on board. We've got ride height sensors, we've got EPAS sensors, and all of those sensors take the aggregate information that you have from the road, as well as how you're driving, and input it to our continuously controlled damping system, which has a valve that can be electronically actuated, and to give you the best ride possible in all the different conditions.
And let's go over engine. What kind of engine do you have in the
vehicle? Absolutely. Our seamless power is delivered by the 3.5-liter V6 twin-turbo charged engine. It delivers 440 horsepower with 510 foot-pound of torque. And even with the more stringent emissions, you still feel that punch, that power right when you step into the throttle.
And then it made it to? What kind of transmission?
Yeah, it's made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. And we've worked a lot to further improve the shift quality that was already a good start for us, but here we've taken it to the next level.
How about in terms of four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive? Is it standard? How does it come on the Navigator now?
The Navigator now comes with four-wheel drive standard across the board. When you get the heavy-duty trailer tow package, we also throw in the 2-speed transfer case to really take it to the next level. That's what we have right now.
And then you even get some of the tech that you see in some of the Ford vehicles with the backup assist, that sort of stuff too, right?
Absolutely. So what you see here is, what we brought all into the new Navigator. We like to make it as easy and seamless for the customer as possible. As soon as you hook up a trailer to it, what you will find is that the vehicle automatically recognizes and puts you into the appropriate mode by calibrating the EPAS, the suspension system, the throttle response to give you the most smooth and comfortable ride, even when you're hauling a big load behind you.
And then how about numbers for towing? What capability do we have?
Our max towing capability is 8,700 pounds, but we are very proud also of the weight carry hitch capability, which means that you need no load leveling bars. These are heavy, they take time to install, and we've pushed that up to 7,000 pounds. The outgoing model was at 6,000 pounds. So it's a big step up.
Gotcha. Is there anything else that you feel like we might have missed here that you think is important to the Navigator for this new year?
Absolutely. I think one of my favorite features in the Navigator is Rejuvenate. Each person's different, but at least for me, after a long day of work, it's great to get into your driveway, just sit back, and you feel like you're in a spa on wheels. It just massages. You've got the digital scent going. You've got the air blowing on you. You've got this great we've teamed up with Calm Meditation, and you have this great meditation session that you could set up right in your vehicle. You're refreshed, and you're in the right frame of mind to go on and be present for your family when you're at home. And wellness is a big pillar for us, so really proud of that from the team. We also have the all-new split gate, so there's some really neat storage features back there. Also you can sit on that split gate. It can handle, the lower part of the tailgate can handle 500 pounds of weight, so whether you're at a golf game or just hanging out at a picnic with your family, you have a fantastic opportunity to enjoy all that the Navigator offers.
Yeah, and that Rejuvenate, it really gets to highlight the big screen on top of the dash there.
Absolutely. Our whole philosophy with the large screen has been eyes up and out. We want you to spend more time with your family and everyone around you, but give you all the information you need at the right time. So that's the reason we've set our panoramic screen further back by the windshield, and there's been a lot of thought gone into what information comes up when for you and really reduce the number of controls and clutter in the vehicle to make it really a calm, relaxing atmosphere for the customer.
Gotcha. And do you know when the vehicle will be available?
The vehicle should, I mean, they're already on the way to dealerships, but I will need to confirm the exact date for you from the team, but it should already be out there. It's starting to get there at dealerships.
Thank you. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you for your time, Sean. Appreciate it.
Yep.
So that should give you a nice little overview of the new 2025 Navigator, mainly from a powertrain perspective. But if you'd like to learn more about the design of the vehicle, I previously did a video on that, both interior and exterior, and I feel like there's some pretty good information in there if you'd like to check that out. But speaking of design, I don't normally comment on styling of vehicles, because that's subjective. You guys can figure out what you think of a vehicle. You don't need me to tell you. But I will say there is something about the exterior design of this Navigator that doesn't really scream luxury to me. In some cases, these black labels can get up to around $130,000, and there's something about the exterior styling that just doesn't say that to me. Now, having said that, the interior, damn, this thing's nice. The materials are super soft, comfortable. Even some of the finishes on the surfaces I think are really nice. So I like that aspect. One thing I don't like about the interior, Lincoln's putting a bunch of tech, or it feels like to me like Lincoln is putting a bunch of tech in this vehicle. Now, I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. It's just how you use it that I'm not really a fan of, I'll say. Seat controls, mirrors, that sort of thing are all controlled through the center screen. That's not a problem. I kind of consider those like one and done kind of features. Like once I've bought it and I've said it, I'm done with it. But it's other things like the headrests. You got to adjust those through the center screen. And the fans, it's not fan speed. There is a button and control for fan speed, but it's the directional positioning of the vents. You have to do that through the center screen. And I know myself, I change that stuff fairly often, and I don't want to have to go through the center screen to do all that sort of stuff. Now, speaking of driving of the vehicle, earlier we talked about 440 horsepower. Yep, it's nice. Gets this vehicle moving pretty well. Nice and smooth too. I like that aspect of it. But one thing I didn't really like, I guess I shouldn't say that. It's the suspension setup. Drives nice, performs well. I'll say that. But if I'm in this bracket buying this vehicle, I want air ride. Driven other luxury SUVs that have air ride, and I think overall the experience is better. You might not notice it through the tight twisties, but it's that everyday driving that I think that the air ride gives you that nicer ride, and that's what I would want. And with this new 2025 Navigator, the styling upgrade for this kind of like rounds out the whole lineup for Lincoln. So I don't know that we're going to see anything too new from Lincoln for a while. So this is what you get now, and let us know what you think in the comments.